Hello, everybody. So, this is just a very quick model of the final paragraph. So, it's the same LO as yesterday. I can write a diary entry which clearly explains the key events of Romeo and Juliet while also describing the impact these events had on a character from the story. So, it's the same as the previous session. Now, again, same success criteria. Write in the first person, write in the past tense, use powerful adjectives and adverbs, use informal language, and use exclamation marks. Okay, so those were my starters for the previous paragraph. So again, I've finished all of these now. So these are all complete, the three. One, two, and then down here, three. So this is the final one. So I'm going to go down. Right. Okay, so here we go. Now, with this one, I'm going to refer back to my plan. Almost lost my words there. And it says, closing paragraph, how do you feel about your experiences? Why did you feel that way? So you can see I've got lots of information here. The message not delivered properly, frustrated, angry. It was a simple task which could have been done by anybody. So that's telling me how I felt and why I felt that way and what I was feeling that about. Family roles, okay. Disappointment, that's how I felt. They couldn't let their anger towards each other go. That's why I felt that way. Me as well, being the person who came with the ideas of trying to help Juliet. So how did I feel about that? I felt depressed and sad. Why? Because I had the idea. So I think I'm responsible for Romeo and Juliet's deaths. Remember, you are Friar Lawrence. It's really important that you get that right, okay? This is who you are. You're going to be bitterly disappointed, angry, depressed. Arriving at the tomb, too late to do anything, bitter disappointment. I could have saved Romeo and Juliet, and that's why you're feeling that idea of bitter disappointment. So, okay, let's get started then. Right. So I'm going to start with a conjunction as I think back to these. As I think, sorry, I can't spell think correctly. As I think back to these, or to those, maybe not these, but those events. As I think back to those events, I feel. Remember, if we're starting with a conjunction, okay, then it's going to be a subordinate and subordinating conjunction, or a should we say a type of let me get this right. If you've started with as, it is a conjunction, therefore it's a clause, okay, and therefore you need to include the second clause in order to make it into a complex sentence. That's what I meant to say. So as I think back to those events, I feel frustration and anger. So yeah, that's how I feel. I've got a really deep anger. I'm really frustrated. Okay. And I might actually just change events to disastrous. Disastrous. If I haven't used that before, I can't remember if I have used it before. I can go and check later. I can't remember. Disastrous events. Oops, there you go. Disastrous events. I feel frustration and anger. Okay. That, and I'm going to explain why. Remember, that's when that's not why. That the original letter, didn't. This is why I'm angry. Yeah, didn't. What did it do? It didn't find its way to Romeo, and that's why. So that's my feelings about the event. That's my feelings about it, and why I feel that way. Second one, it was okay. Such a simple task. So I want to just add to that. It was such a simple task. That's why it's even more frustrating. And I'm going to put an exclamation mark there. Remember, lots of exclamation marks. It was such a simple task. And I'm going to add to it even more. And what, and this is my second, I'm talking about the second thing I'm angry about. And what about the families? Okay, and I'm going to use that as a question. It's like a rhetorical question in the sense that, oh, it's so frustrating. What about the families? My disappointment at them, my disappointment, or at their, so yeah, maybe their rivalries, I'm not too sure, and rivalries, probably, yeah, rivalries, and pettiness. Now, pettiness means just being small-minded and not thinking of others and just being, oh, you've done this, so I'm going to do that to you. And pettiness cannot be put into words. And again, another exclamation mark there, because what about the families? My disappointment, their rivalries, and pettiness cannot be put into words. I'm so angry, I can't even put it into words. If only I had, and I'm going to leave it there because you can continue that. This is, or you can use this if you want. You don't have to, obviously, and we'd obviously rather you have a go yourself. But this is a way of you being able to continue or use this idea of the closing paragraph being about his feelings and why he feels that way. Okay, so remember, you don't sign it at the bottom. It's not a letter, it's a diary entry. So at the end, you should have four completed paragraphs, which will have the following. Remember, they will be, first of all, an opening, an introduction, paragraph one of the body, listing the events in chronological order, paragraph two, which is the same. That says paragraph one for some reason. I don't know. I didn't really spot that before. So it's paragraph two. There you go. Okay. And exactly the same thing. And then likewise, closing paragraph, the fourth paragraph, how do you feel about your experiences? Why did you feel that way? Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. And I hope this was useful. Bye bye.